Welcome to Student Spotlights, a presentation of College Success Arizona. This program features the hardworking college students who have earned scholarships from College Success Arizona and are pursuing their educational goals and career passions. Today, on Student Spotlight, we interview Consuelo Arroyo.
Well, I was born in Tempe, Arizona, and I've been living here all my life. Still haven't left. I love Tempe. I love the surrounding areas like Phoenix, and that's why I'm still here, I guess.
And where did you graduate from high school?
I graduated from Coronado High School, which is in Scottsdale, like on the border of Tempe.
And what year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2017.
And how old are you currently?
18.
And you're now in your first year at Arizona State University?
Yes, that is correct.
And what are you pursuing so far as your education?
Sustainability.
Ultimately, what will your bachelor's degree be in?
Sustainability.
And what does that allow you to do or enable you to do so far as possible career options?
Well, right now I'm thinking about working within the city, possibly in an elected position to promote more sustainability.
And when you talk about sustainability, that obviously it brings forth kind of an environmental perspective, like we want to sustain our water and maybe clean energy, electric cars. Is that what we're talking about? What is your definition of sustainability?
My definition of sustainability does encompass those areas, but it's also like working with the communities to see what their needs are and just making sure that those needs are fulfilled and that we are looking into the future more to see what we need and how we can make the world a more livable place.
So then you're talking about pollution and global warming and climate change, all of these things.
Yes.
I see. And you mentioned being occupying maybe an elected position. Are you thinking like Tempe City Council or something like that?
Yes. So I haven't, I guess I don't know what specifically I want to do within the city government, but I do know that I want to work within local government. And so this summer I'm trying to get an internship with the mayor of Phoenix so I can really dive into like what I want to do in that certain field.
And your interest in sustainability, have you always had an interest in that, or is that something you developed in high school, your later teen years?
Yeah, I developed that starting my senior year. I take an AP Environmental Science course, and I had never really known that I was aware of these issues that we had, like global warming and pollution, but I wasn't really aware how much they could affect us in the future. So I kind of took that class and saw it as my calling, as for what I wanted to do with my career.
And it makes sense then, because you have this passion and love of living in Tempe, that you want to start in the city or work in the city where you love. Is that right?
Yes. I love Tempe. I love Phoenix. And I want to make sure that other people can enjoy it as much as I do.
And Tempe, you have the town lake, you have ASU, and obviously, so in the desert, water's a big issue here. I guess you'd have to agree with that, right? That's probably like number one, and maybe solar power, because we have so much sunlight, that could be utilized probably to a greater extent, maybe?
Yes.
And I'm thinking if you're elected to office like mayor or city council, that may be easier to drive policy from one of those positions rather than, a staffer. Do you know what I'm saying? Because staffers don't really set policies. They sort of establish them and enforce them.
Yes.
And so far as your family, have they been really encouraging with your education?
They have. So I kind of didn't know what I wanted to do throughout high school. I juggled so many different things. And I think ultimately my parents just want to see me have a career that I am happy with, but also that I won't end up on the streets with no money. So if I can find those two, then they are really happy with what I have done.
Just enough to support yourself and not be homeless, basically, right? And be relatively happy with your job choice. Well, that's
Yes,
really, at the end of the day, that's kind of what you need right there. Um,
yeah.
and so far as transitioning from high school into college, has that been difficult or easier than you thought it might be? Because obviously there's a lot of change in terms of your personal freedom and that type of thing, independence
Yeah.
from high school to college.
Yeah, definitely. I think my classes in college have been a lot easier than I expected them to be. So that just leaves like so much room to do like new activities that I would never have thought of doing in high school. And I have like the freedom and the time to do that.
And so far, what is the, I guess maybe what is the best part about college so far?
I think that would be it. Like, there's always so much going on around campus, and it's just fun to try new things and see if, like, oh, I've never tried this before, but I can go to the safe environment where I can see if I'm, like, actually good at something. Like, last 2 weeks ago, I went to a salsa club, and that, like, I've never danced salsa before, and it was just so much fun. And even if I wasn't good, like, I felt nice surrounded by other college students.
And pursuing an actual bachelor's degree in sustainability, what type of classes do you take? What are the courses necessary for that degree that you're taking so far?
There's a lot of the like general classes like science and math, but they're geared towards sustainability. Like my Intro to Life Sciences class, we learn about the math and like the statistics behind things, but then we actually apply it to like sustainability issues. So that's a really cool part of my degree. I'm not just learning math to learn math. I'm learning it so I can see how it actually applies to what I'm going to be doing in the future.
And are you finding that you're making lots of friends at ASU and also possibly networking that could provide value in future career opportunities?
Oh yeah, I do a lot of networking at ASU, and just by getting like involved in my community and going to volunteer places, I meet so many like new people that have the same sustainability passion. Like just yesterday, I was volunteering at a bike valet, so all I had to do was, check in people's bikes at an event. But I learned about like the Urban Phoenix Project, which is a nonprofit that supports like alternative modes of transportation. And so I'm looking to get more involved there. And I met like an amazing guy who is in charge of the program. So it's just so many like networking opportunities here.
And so far as advice for middle and high school students, maybe at Coronado High School where you graduated and other schools who might listen to this, and those students considering their own college options and opportunities, can you offer them some advice?
I would say to just say yes to doing things. Obviously keep in mind like your schedule and how busy you are, but if there's something that you've never done before, or maybe you're going to be the youngest one in the room, like just don't be afraid of that, because there's, at least in my experience, there's always been something great that comes out of like stepping out of my comfort zone and trying these new things that I never thought I did before. And after I let go of this like uncertain feeling, then that's where my college experience really has been great for me so far.
And to that point, do you feel that college has matured you and continues to mature you as you go through this journey?
Yeah, I think I'm learning a lot about people and the way they like interact with one another, because people come from all sorts of walks of life at ASU. Like, you're never going to find the same person twice. And so it's just been really interesting to connect with so many different people and learn from them and their experiences.
And you're among about 1,300 students now who have earned scholarships from College Success Arizona, which provide up to $6,000 per year for educational expenses. Can you talk about how that money, that financial aspect of the scholarship is helping you?
Oh, yeah. It's been so helpful because if I didn't get the scholarship, I would most likely have to be getting a job to pay for like any extra expenses that I might have. But with College Success Arizona, I can just focus on just college and the college experience rather than working a job to get money. It's been like a blessing so far.
Are you a first-generation college student?
I am.
So there's research that shows that first-generation college students are far more likely to graduate from college when they have an academic advisor. And your academic advisor, we call them Success Advisor from College Success Arizona, is Matt Sotelo. Can you talk about how he's guiding you through this college process and the role he generally plays in your life?
Yeah, so I have 2 meetings with Matt, and they're just basically to talk about like what I've been doing in college so far, like what I want to do, and they've been super helpful for me to just sit down and talk about my goals and what I want to do. And if there's something that I haven't been liking about college or maybe that I want to change like within myself, then it's such an open space to talk about that and receive advice so I can improve moving forward.
Earlier, you mentioned salsa dancing, and you went salsa dancing not too long ago. Are there other hobbies or interests or sports beyond the books that you kind of use to de-stress or occupy yourself?
Yeah, there's actually a really cool workout class that I do frequently. It's called Grind, and it's basically like hip-hop, but working out, and it's really fun. And that's something that, like, I never thought I would do. Like, I always thought of myself as, like, a bad dancer. Like, oh, I can't possibly, like, compete with the people, like, that are in there. But it's, like, I do it anyway.
Thank you so much for the interview, Consuelo. And by the way, since 2005, College Success Arizona has worked with nearly 1,300 students just like Consuelo and provided more than $16 million in scholarships and success services to help increase the college attainment rates in our state. If you would like to be part of the mission of providing educational opportunity to high-potential students from low-income backgrounds, your tax-deductible contribution can be made through the Donate button located on the College Success Arizona website at collegesuccessarizona.org.